What's up, everybody? Dog 1985. There's levels to this. All right, check this out, man. This is not a controversial video or anything like that. This is just honest conversation. Okay. I don't believe we should be paying for an upgrade to utilize the hardware that we have already purchased. Okay. And I can admit that that was one of my biggest mistakes when I decided to choose the Xbox Series X, is that I thought it was going to work exactly the way a PC works, where if you have a powerful enough graphics card, you can run that game at the highest settings, highest FPS, whatever. Even though FPS boost is an amazing feature and I love it, I still am a little bit disappointed that not every single game is taking advantage of that. Like I don't understand how that works. So for instance, let's say if I look at a game that's on Game Pass, obviously you guys know I'm a Game Pass player. If that game is also available on PC and it's available on PC and it runs at unlocked frame rates on PC, I just don't understand why it can't do it on the Xbox Series X. Now, if you guys understand that from a technical standpoint, that's great. All I know is that there are some games that do have that FPS boost, meaning that Microsoft went in there and somehow unlocked it, or the developers let it unlock, whatever. It doesn't matter. With that being said, paying for an upgrade on a game period to me now seems wrong. And I don't care which company is doing it. So I'm about to play Psychonauts, the very first one. That's what you guys voted for me to play. So I will be streaming it on Twitch. Go follow me on Twitch if you don't already. I'm gonna start streaming it tonight. But anyways, that game, I don't know what FPS is running at. I don't know if it's upscaled or not. I don't know. But I hope that it is utilizing some of the power of the Xbox Series X. I really hope it does. But again, I don't know. The difference is that when I play a game on my gaming PC, right, on my gaming laptop that only has a 1660 Ti, so it's not that powerful, I still know that my laptop is going to use that GPU power. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be limited by the game. The limit of to how fast I can run it and the FPS and the graphical fidelity of the game is limited by the GPU power that I have. So if I transfer that Steam account where that game is to a different laptop, it's going to be capped, or gaming PC is going to be determined as to what type of hardware I'm using. And I don't understand why games aren't doing that now. Now, for those that have never experienced gaming on a PC and don't understand exactly what I'm talking about, I used to have a laptop. Well, I still have it. My son has it now. A laptop with a 1050 Ti. And the difference between gaming on a 1050 Ti and gaming on a 1660 Ti is crazy. There's a huge difference, but it's literally the same games that I could play, but now I'm playing better, and I don't have to pay to upgrade because I have already paid when I upgraded the hardware. Does that make sense? So when I'm looking at the Xbox Series X, I wanted it, I believed it was going to work the exact same way as a PC, but it doesn't, right? And I know that now. Ultimately, I'm satisfied with my purchase, but I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you that I didn't fall for that whole power narrative as far as it being as powerful as a 2080 Ti. So I wasn't thinking about what next gen games were gonna be able to run. We're gonna be able to look amazing. I was thinking about all the games that I had to catch up on that I was gonna be able to play at such an amazing high fidelity and high FPS. And for anyone that has experience, especially this generation, if you played a game at 30 and whatever console you use, and now it's boosted to 60 and you play it again, sometimes that extra bump in FPS will make the game feel different. It makes it feel new. It makes it feel like a new experience. You can say that I'm lying, you can say that I'm capping, but I promise you, if you try it, you'll feel the difference. And then on the Xbox Series X, those games that I have experienced at 120 hertz, it's amazing. I've never thought the Master Chief Collection at 120 hertz on a 43-inch TV. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. But again, not every game does that, and that leads me to the huge advantage that is something like Google Stadia. Because with Google Stadia, you aren't responsible for upgrading the hardware. They are. So whatever version of the game that you get, as Google Stadia keeps updating its servers or its technology and everything, you're benefiting from it just by simply buying the game. So what I envision is that games that I have purchased on Google Stadia freaking last year, 5 years from now, should be running better on that service. Excuse me. I would assume that it should be running better on that service, right? So that whole upgrade and paying for upgrade should be something of the past. As these next generation of consoles keep going, if I don't know how many more generations of consoles we're gonna have, they should work more like PCs, where regardless as to what company, what side you fall under, you shouldn't be expected to pay extra to use the hardware which you already paid for. I hope that makes sense. Because that's the biggest thing. So yes, if I purchased a game, give me an example. I was home. I was at my kid's house over there in Illinois, right? And they have an Xbox One S. Let's say I bought a game on the Xbox One S because it just so happened to be on sale, and I didn't want to lose the sales just for the weekend or whatever. So I went ahead and I purchased the game on the Xbox One S under my account. When I come here to the Xbox Series X and I'm still under my Microsoft account, I should be able to utilize that game at the hardware that I'm currently playing at. And it shouldn't even have a name. It shouldn't even be smart delivery. It should just be common sense. So the fact that we got to fight for this to happen with a specific company, I, I believe that's a problem. I believe that's a problem. So, man, it's just not a good look. Let me know what you guys think. If it does make sense to you to actually pay for better hardware and then pay a premium to use that better hardware. That's pretty much the way I see it. It's like you're paying more because you have the better hardware. It's like if I bought a game on my PC, but I wanted the cheaper version of it, so I bought the 1050 Ti version of the game. But because I have a 1660 Ti, I still can't use the power of the 6060 Ti because I bought the 1050 Ti version of the game. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. But I'm talking about Microsoft right now. I understand that we do have smart delivery, and I think that's amazing. I'm just kind of sad that it had to be given a name, because this should be something that should be common sense in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Doc Dog 1985, yo, there's levels to this. We out. Peace.